Okay, today we're going to look at my airflow box for the Xbox 360. Some things I've done with it. I've been experimenting. I've trying to figure out the airflow, where best to put holes and stuff like that. So in the long run, these two holes here will probably disappear. We're going to keep these two holes, and for sure we're going to keep these two holes. These two holes, neat thing about them is the air draws in through the bottom of the box and will run right over the bottom of the processors, giving better cooling. This hole here, you can actually see the heat sink, and you can clean it, even put a vacuum up to it and vacuum up loose debris. So anyway, we're going to show putting this together and some of the interesting things I've run into. Now, installing it in the plastic box. One thing about this, once it's correctly positioned, you can see there's very little space, a minor amount of space, but very little space to allow air to flow in and over the bottom of the processors. Anybody who's cracked into their case knows that the bottom of the box gets exceedingly hot. Okay, what we're going to do here, we're taking couple bumper pads. These are for cabinet doors, but you could use them for whatever. We're going to put those on the bottom of the box. That's going to give us a little bit of extra space, and it doesn't deflect the bottom of the box enough to actually affect how it sits. There's still plenty of room on the bottom. And now, as you can see, there's room in here for the air to flow. What we want is for the fresh air to come in through the sides, through these holes on the bottom, through these holes here, move across the bottom of the box, up through this hole, and then back where it's going to move. What we want it to have happen when the fan is in the box, like so. You can see from the way the fan is made, it's made to draw air through the bottom, through here, this area, and from the bottom of the motherboard. So I'm used to working at it from this angle. So anyway, now we've applied our bumpers. This is a box with a USB port. Okay. Now, I have not done a heat service on this as yet. Kind of just seeing what the longevity of this board would be. So I'm going to apply the screws through the bottom into the motherboard, and then we will continue. Okay, I've installed the screws all along here. Here I did not replace the thermal compound, though if you're having red ring of death problems and need to keep the heat down, I do sell a box, a metal box for the Xbox 360, modded like this, along with thermal compound and screws and washers that you'll need to do that service. And I'll provide directions also, though there's a 1,000,001 videos on YouTube that show you how to do it. Okay, the box is turned over. We're going to install the fan. Okay. One thing important to note, if you look right down in this area, you're going to see that the fan is designed to pull air from underneath the motherboard. That's important to note. See how much space we have between the motherboard and the metal box. Plenty of room for air to move through. Okay. Now, we're going to put the RF board on, and then we will continue. Okay. We've installed our RF board with the light ring. Now we're going to install the shroud. DVD drive. Okay. Okay. Now that all the internal parts that we need are secured, we'll put the top on. Be careful to match everything up. Okay. Now we're going to put, make sure we put our button in, our eject button, positioned correctly. Now I'm going to put my screws in, my case screws. It's all very easy, actually. Okay. Now we can, in the future, this hole, I'm probably not going to cut it because a lot of people put a hard drive over it and it's going to cut off the airflow anyway. As you can see through this hole will remain, and you can clean the heat sinks without cracking the case with just a screwdriver and a vacuum. So, install our little plastic doogies, grates, whatever you want to call them. Okay, there we go. A much cooler box. Very easy, simple. Got to see it right here on YouTube. And I do sell, like I said, the kits on eBay. They're $25 plus shipping. Comes with a box, thermal compound, screws, washers, instructions. As far as taking the box apart, I didn't show that today because there's any number of videos on YouTube that will show you how to do it. Thank you and have a good day.